An Alien Hedgehog's Guide to Make Your Adopted Parents' Heart Skip a Beat. Chapter 4. Mom, Dad, Make the Pain Fly Away. Sonic was getting ready to go on a quick run around Green Hill. He had been watching cartoons all morning and needed to stretch his legs. Tom had the day off and was sleeping in, and Sonic didn't want to disturb him. He quietly made his way out the door before he zoomed off. It wasn't that uncommon for him to go on a run, but he has been going out as much due to wanting to spend time in his new home. As he was running around at the speed of sound, he came across a huge field he hadn't seen before. Looking around, he already realized he was a little further out from his usual route. However, the idea of running through a field he hasn't explored yet was too tantalizing. So he dashed into the field and zoomed all over. He felt so free, until his foot went into a gopher hold. He fell forward and something snapped.
Oh, what is that?
He tried to move and an extreme shot of pain went through his calf. He let out a scream of pain followed by a whimper.
What do I do? So Maddie.
A few hours later, back at the house, Maddie had just gotten home. It was too slow of a day at the vet, so she left early. She was excited to see her boys. Ozzy greeted her as usual, but Sonic hadn't. She made her way upstairs. She poked her head into her and Tom's to see Tom still sound asleep. She smiled at him before making her way over to let down the attic door. She quietly made her way up, but was concerned when nobody was in there.
Sonic!
She called out. No answer. She looked around the room, but he wasn't there. She went back down, checking each room, but not finding him. She rushed to wake Tom.
Tom, get up,
she said, shaking him. Abruptly awoken from sleep, he stares at his wife bewildered.
What's going on? What time is it?
It's after 5. Sonic is missing.
Wait, what? You mean he's missing?
He immediately got out of bed.
I mean, he is nowhere in the house, and he always at least lets one of us know where he's going.
Don't worry, we'll drive around for a few hours and see if we can find him.
They made their way to the car and immediately drove through the trail in the woods, calling out his name. After about an hour they still had no answer. They made their way into town and started asking around, and guess what? Nobody had seen him. Okay, to say that they were freaking out was an understatement. Tom continued driving, making his way a little beyond the town's entrance.
What if the government found him? What if he had to use his rings to leave the planet?
We can't think that.
Well, is there any reason he would be out this late?
I don't know, ma'am, but all I know is that if he's found and he's grounded.
Tom, stop the car.
Tom slammed on the brakes in front of a huge field. He looked over to see what was going on. In the field was a bunch of blue sparks flying everywhere. He knew exactly who was causing that. They both jumped out of the car, rushing into the field.
Sonic!
They both called out. As they got closer, they saw he was closing in on himself. Not into a ball, though. He was whimpering and cradling himself. They got to his sides, kneeling.
Sonic, sweetie, we need you to calm down.
Maddie tried to soothe him.
Maddie? Tom.
The sparks began to calm as he looked up to see them. What they saw broke their hearts. Here was their kid with watery red-shot eyes with dried up and new tears.
Your blood be right here.
Tom told him. However, Sonic didn't stop crying.
Sweetie, how long have you been out here? What happened?
Maddie asked.
Since this morning.
He answered.
Tim, this morning, Sonic gets all shaked. You've been here for 10 hours.
Tom exclaimed. This only made Sonic curl up on himself more with a whimper.
I was only gonna go on a short run, and then I found this field. I was running around when my foot got caught, and it hurts too much to move.
The two looked over to see his foot still in the hole.
I tried to call for you guys, but it was too far away.
The two looked to each other. Their baby needed them and they weren't there. Maddie went over to Sonic's top half to cradle him as Tom went to Sonic's bottom half. Sonic's foot was really lodged in the hole. Tom knew just by looking that they were gonna have to yank it out.
Hey, bud, any new cereals while I tried to get your foot out? Can you do that for me?
Tom asked. Sonic slowly nodded.
Just focus on me, sweetie. It'll be over soon.
Maddie told him. Tom got a grip on Sonic's foot and leg. Sonic let out a whimper.
I know, bud.
Tom said.
And I'm gonna lie, this part is gonna hurt. So just breathe for me.
Sonic did as he was told. At that, Tom used enough force to get Sonic's foot out. That didn't stop Sonic from letting out a scream of pain. Just the sound of that tore at their hearts.
Shush, it's okay.
Maddie tried to soothe him.
That part's over, bud.
Tom told him, as Maddie went to look at Sonic's foot.
Oh, that's not good.
She said.
Mommy, Daddy, please make it stop hurting.
Sonic begged in between sobs.
We're gonna do just it, bud.
Tom told him.
We need to get him to the clinic. I can treat him there.
Alright, bud, we're gonna take a trip to the clinic and patch you up.
Tom told him, picking him up gently. They made their way to the car and quickly made their way back to town.